All right.
Right. Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to all. Now we are here in backup session 1 for grooming session 4. Welcome to our honorable coach, Dr. Ahmad Salahuddin, Muhammad Harithuddin.
Hello.
And all the participants. Well, short information about our coach today. Dr. Ahmad Salahuddin, Muhammad Harithuddin, is a senior lecturer in Department of Aerospace Engineering, Faculty of Engineering, University Putra Malaysia, UPM Sedang Selangor. He received PhD in Aerospace Engineering in 2015 at MIT University, Melbourne for research titled Derivative Kinematics in Relative Rotating Coordinate Frames, Investigation on the Razi Accelerations. Before that, he received his master in aerospace engineering in 2009, University of Michigan and Ann Arbor, USA, and bachelor in aerospace engineering in 2006, University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, USA. His research interest is on spacecraft dynamic and control, and also lighter than air vehicle platform, high altitude balloon ships.
Yeah.
He was a head judge of materials lectures competition 2020 UPM and also a national coach for young persons world lecture competition 2019. Now, without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Ahmad Salahuddin Muhammad Harithuddin to begin the coaching sessions. Now the stage is yours.
All right. Thank you very much, Tuan Moderator. So in today's session, what we are going to do is the following. I've picked about 5 or 6 videos, which I think, well, most of them are random, but I just picked these videos just to show you the strengths and weaknesses of such videos. So if your video is the one that is being shown by me as an example, don't worry. It's just an example, but hopefully what we are trying to do is we want to learn from examples, what not to do, what to do, what's good or what's bad. So you want to because that way we can improve ourselves in the next session, probably, if you are hopefully you're chosen for the, I think that the next stage is a semi-final, yeah? Or was it final already? I'm not too sure. Okay, whatever it is, I hope you'll go on to the next stage. And let's watch some of these videos that I've picked, and then let's see what's good and what's bad with it, okay? So let me see if I can, I want to share screen. I'm going to share YouTube. Hopefully you can hear it. All right. Can you hear the sound? Let me test you. Can I get some feedback? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Sally Sajida, giving me thumbs up. Okay. So let's pick. I'm just going to pick one. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, this is the first one.
You struggle with online learning.
This is the first one from Zahidah binti Muhammad Abdul Raushin. I don't know if you're here, but this is just one example that I want to show you. I want you to, like everyone in this group today, okay, I want you to look at the way she built the story, one, and how she explains certain jargon, technical terms. Like, for example, artificial intelligence, machine learning, whatever. Like when she explains those terms, okay? And then another one, let me go back again. Number one, how she built up the story until the end, and then how she explains these certain terms. And then look at also her diction, Like, for example, when she wants to speak out words that are long and complicated, and how she does it. Okay, so let's go.
Are you having difficulties in keeping up? Do you ever feel like giving up? Today I'm going to talk about my quest in analyzing users' opinions on online courses using artificial intelligence. Ever since the COVID-19 outbreak in 2020, online courses are gaining more recognition due to their flexibility and accessibility, especially the massive open online courses. I'm sure most of you have heard of Coursera, Udemy, and Udacity. One of the main perks of these online courses is that you can now gain knowledge at any time and at anywhere, regardless of your age demographics, which is amazing. But unfortunately, the number of people who actually completed.
Okay, so in the first 46 seconds, she built up the story, like she set up the scenario. Okay, we got online courses where you can learn things on your own, self-regulated learning. And then for like 46 seconds, she just lay out the scenario, what the scenario of the day. And then she brought down but the problem is, okay?
Who actually completed their courses is significantly lower than the number of enrollments.
So that's the problem that she wants to look at. So that's how she's building the story using the one that I presented last time. So which is always good. Okay. So she is using that timeline. If you remember that timeline, here, let me see if I can find it here. What's the name of that? The pitch. Hold on, yeah. 5-minute IEEEYP. I think I have it here. Is it here? Nope. IEEE. Oh, maybe I didn't have it here. Let me see. I think the pitch. Okay, yeah, she's using this one right here. Oh, wait. Which one was it? Yeah, here we go. Open image, new tab. So what she's doing is you wind up, start with the quick summary, so now it's the hurdle. Okay.
Significantly lower than the number of enrollments.
So that's the hurdle. The enrollment is lower than the dropout rate is so high.
Enrollments. It was discovered that there is a rising number of student dropouts and course incompletion rates. My project intends to study how users feel about these online courses by analyzing users' posts on social media.
So now she explains her project. What is she doing? What is she doing? Because right now she has done the wind up, the summary, and then the hurdle, and then the vision. She wants to, again,
seeing users' posts on social media. When an end product is delivered, you would want to know how your audience feel about it. Is it good? Is it bad? Or is it somewhere in the middle? Bill Gates, a well-known business magnate, once said, "Your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning." That's why we need to analyze users' feedback and learn their thoughts on these online courses. However, one feedback is not enough to determine the overall performance of a product, or in this case.
So now what she's doing is she's giving an option, 2 ways to reach the vision. She said one feedback is not enough. So what should we do then is the following.
The online courses. User 1 might think it's good, but what about user 2? And the others? To solve that mystery, we need to collect as many feedback as we can. One of the most used platforms in today's generation is none other than social media. According to the Kipios analysis in October 2021, the number of social media users is 1 billion users, which is also equivalent to more than half of the world's population. Now that is a lot of people. My project focuses on Twitter, which is a very popular microblogging site where people share their thoughts and opinions on various topics.
Okay, So that's it. So far what she's doing is the wind up, the hurdle, the vision, like what she was doing, the options. You can get one feedback, but no, you can get more feedback. How are you going to get more feedback? By using Twitter. Okay. And then she will go on to explain like how she will, trawl upon Twitter to find good feedback, bad feedback. She was using sentiment analysis. So she explained that here. And then look at the end. Okay.
Understanding users' perceptions based on the samples we provided before. And voila! You now have your users' feedback as well as the insights. With this method, I'll be able to achieve my goal in understanding users' perceptions on online courses. By understanding users' psychology, we can provide a strong, practical reference to improve the quality of the existing information services and learning process so that the objectives can be achieved successfully and effectively.
There you go. That's the closing. She actually,
Successfully and effectively
lay
process
out
so that the objectives
the final, sorry,
improve the
can
quality
provide
of the
strong
existing
practical
information
reference on how to improve existing information service
services and learning
and learning
process so that
process.
the objectives can be achieved successfully and
So
effectively.
that's I think that's a strong ending. So that is what I want you to see, like how the story fits into this pitch. And another thing is, if I were to comment on this one, I think maybe the picture can be a bit more, I would say, more interesting. You can use the Twitter, maybe show some how you do sentiment analysis on Twitter. So right now, I think the picture itself is good because it's clear. I can understand what she was doing in just 3 seconds, 5 seconds. I want to look at the course, so I can see like 3 different feelings and everything, the online courses. So the picture is good, but I think it can be improved. I think you can see a more interesting picture shown here. So this is an example, one example. So let's go to another example. This is the first one, I think. Let's see. What is this one?
Do you
Oh
know
yeah,
one
this one
thing
is
that bothers me this past few
this one is on diabetes. So that one just now was on online course and Twitter, and this one is on diabetes. Okay. Just on my comment on this one, for example, I think the picture can be more interesting if she uses like real person, for example, maybe a real fat person. I think it will have more impact. And the title here also, I think it should be displayed like a like a title, because this right now looks like it's unfinished. Looks like it's been put on PowerPoint and not finished. So this can be much more improved. If you want to find good pictures, copyright free pictures, you go to pexels.com, PEXELS, and then try to find some picture here. So something like that. Cool pictures, copyright free. You can use this, but I think you still have give a attribute to that. But anywho, for this one, I think again the story is okay. I like the story, and I like also the way she speaks out, the diction and everything. So let's hear just about 2 minutes of this. Let's see what.
Do you know one thing that bothers me this past few years? The high level of glucose consumption. In 2019, I could say that every 1 week, I will reward myself with sweet bubble tea because I think I deserve it after all the stress I get from studying. Not to mention all of the cakes, chocolates, lollipops that I consume. And that doesn't just happen to me. It happens to most of us. Our glucose intake is very high, but our physical productivity is very low. This type of lifestyle is one of the reasons why Malaysia has 1.6 million people suffering from type 2 diabetes from the past 10 years. Therefore, inspired by Hippocrates, which I quote, "Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food," I conducted a study to identify a potential functional food that can help with diabetic treatments or anything that can reduce the risk of having diabetes.
All right, so that's how she opens the wind up on the glucose. So she did a great job in, explaining. Sometimes I do, eat chocolates and lollipops too. We always like our sugar, we always like our glucose, but then there'll become a problem where, our lifestyle, high input, high glucose, but less activities might cause, type 2 diabetes to all of us. So that's what she was doing. And then the vision is she is suggesting this type of weed, I think, type of plant to, if I'm not mistaken, just to inhibit some glucose enzyme, something like that. I'm not too familiar with the technical part of it, but again, she's using that. The way she starts using that wind up, hurdle, vision, and then she will put the options as well. We can hear this one here later. But what I want you to actually look at is how she paced herself. Like when she wants to tell the story, and it's not too chirpy. You know what I mean? Chirpy. Chirpy is like a bird. La, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. So it's not like too overly happy, and it's not too like you telling a sunken chill story. You know what I mean? Pada suatu hari, na 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 na. So it's not like that, but she paces herself very well. Just like if you see her, that's like how lecturers will be like. So, and then she uses a lot of pauses as well between sentences, as we could see from the previous video as well. So just to give you another view of that, let's hear like about 30 seconds of this.
Do you know one thing that bothers me this
Stop.
past few years? The high level of glucose consumption. In 2019, I could say that every 1 week, I will reward myself with sweet bubble tea because I think I deserve it after all the stress I get from studying. Not to mention all of the cakes, chocolates, lollipops that I consume. And that doesn't just happen to me. It happens to most of us. Our glucose intake is very high, but our physical productivity is
so
very
you can
low.
see the use of pause, the use of facial expression, and without being too much of everything. So just nice, just telling the story as it is, and then relates to you, relates to the audience. So I would say this is one good example which I want you to follow also. But if I were to give a comment on this one, I think the image behind here could be better. If you use real people, the impact will be much better. So I think what this lady, Adlina, is Adlina here, or maybe she's in another group, maybe. If you are here, then I think this is advice for you. If you are not here, then this is we are learning the stuff here. So if you could show this plant and then the name of that plant, because I think it's different here. Euphorbiata, and then here Euphorbiata Lin. So I don't know which one is the correct one. So if you could use real people here, real plant here, and then the name here, I think if you could show that those three, I think it will be a great picture behind, just to show, just to help you with your storytelling. Okay, so far I've presented two videos. Do you have any questions? Let's stop this one first. do you have any question do you want to ask? Like, maybe your own opinion, your own suggestion, or anything really, comments. Osman, if he does. Oh, Zaida is here. I showed you your video just now. I used that as a,
Yes,
I
I'm
showed it.
here.
Yeah, sorry, I used that as an example. I hope you don't mind.
No, it's fine. At
Yeah.
least I get a feedback.
Yeah. I like the way you like your diction, like how you pause and then how you know explain certain complicated words.
Mhm.
Yep. And for example, yeah, like I said, you know, speaking numbers to
Yeah.
public without the actual numbers is quite difficult. For example, yeah, if I say to you the length of the length of the car is 4.3856 meter, could you repeat that again, the number? It's quite hard, right?
Yeah.
So just now I think you mentioned about 4.55 billion. So
Mhm.
instead of
Yeah.
that, you can say just 4.5 billion.
I see.
It's more, you know, orang panggil apa, roll of the tongue, roll of the tongue.
Uh, I
Roll of the
mentioned
tongue, yeah.
I mentioned
Yep.
4.55 billion
Yeah, you
users,
mentioned.
and I also mentioned which is also equivalent to more than half of the world's
Yep.
population. Should I just go with that one?
You can just say 4.5 billion, and that's a lot.
Okay.
That's a lot of people. Okay. Also, I mentioned to everyone here, if you, like in your presentation, if you have difficult words, difficult, I mean, if you're doing, probably some of you chemical engineers here, I think I have one video I want to show you afterwards. If you have like difficult chemical compounds, you know, to for example, I don't know, some type of enzymes, make sure you can do two things. One, you can actually have that word on your video, or sorry, on the image, the picture that you accompanies you in the talk. Or if you want to speak out the words, do it slowly. You know, don't just speak it really fast like you know it. Okay, because most of the audience, it will be their first time hearing such technical jargon. So for example, if I want to say something like aerospace engineering, I would, you know, be carefully and, you know, make sure like every syllables are clear. And, you know, like I wouldn't say aerospace engineering. I wouldn't do that because it's not clear. People don't know what it is, and then it's a new word, and then suddenly you're throwing this new technical term to them, you know. So if I were to say aerospace engineering, I do it clearly, syllable by syllable. Same goes with numbers just now. Instead of 4.55 billion, some people don't register that, so you could say 4.5 billion, and that's a lot. Try to use simple words rather than technical words. Example apa ya? If I could find an example. We'll see some examples later on. So in the third one. But before I move on to the third video, do you have any question? Okay.
I have
Oh,
another
sure.
question.
Sure, no worries.
Since you watched my video previously,
Yep.
was my hand gestures too much, or was it
No,
okay?
I think it's okay. It's okay. It's good. I think good amount. Good amount. It doesn't interfere with the camera, which I think is okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Thank you.
Oh, you know what? While you are here, do you have any question, whatever? You can just ask me, like you want a feedback. I think one weakness, I think maybe the image you're using maybe can clearly show your Twitter, your AI there. But
I see.
so far, right now, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. It's just I'm thinking how to make it like a bit better. Okay, Zaida.
Okay, okay.
All right. So the next one is from, I think I don't remember the speaker, but I remember it's about chicken. Salih Sajida. Okay. All right. So this one, it's a good story, good presentation, but the reason I'm picking this as an example is, like I said, sometimes you have words that are not familiar to the audience, like here tyramine, I don't even know how to pronounce it, lactase enzyme, lactase, and then none. Yeah. So I will show some examples where when we speak out the words could be better with the diction. Okay, should be when it comes to chicken menus, separate those two words. Okay, when it comes to chicken menus, not when it comes to chicken menus, because people don't know what chicken menus is. Chicken menus, separate those two words. Okay, I want to skip to the part where this video talks about So that's in that short, I think 10 seconds, you can hear a lot of words. I mean, a lot of technical jargon. It might be familiar to you who are doing the research, or if you are in the food technology, food science, or if you're in food engineering, so you or chemical biomedical engineering, so you might be familiar. But to most of us, like me, for example, I'm from aerospace engineer. Those words are, it takes time for me. It takes microseconds for me to process that. Okay, so in this small example, I will show you how you can improve this. For example, yeah, let's hear it again.
Sorry, sir, you're not sharing the screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for letting me know. All right, thanks. Okay, so this is the chicken thing. So I have a small clip here which I want to show you. Like I said just now, you can see my screen now, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So in this small example, I want to show you like how you can improve like your delivery when you speaking out technical terms,
When contaminated with E. coli, salmonella, chicken meat, when contaminated with kerosene, a building block of. Interestingly, I discovered a building block of chicken. Interestingly, I discovered a building block of chicken protein named tyrosine.
Okay, so that's a good way to introduce a new word. Interestingly, I found a building block for chicken protein named tyrosine. Okay, so that's a good way, good pace.
Chicken meat, when contaminated with E. coli, salmonella, and many other harmful microorganisms.
So in that case, I would improve it. For example, chicken meat can be contaminated by harmful microorganisms like E. coli and salmonella. The reason is because when you start with E. coli and salmonella, it's kind of, those two are big words already. So
when contaminated with E. coli, salmonella, and many
other
I would harmful microorganisms.
Chicken meat contaminated with harmful microorganism like E. coli and salmonella. Okay.
We'll break down that tyrosine.
Okay, we'll break down that tyrosine into smaller compounds called tyramine. So it's good that she mentioned tyramine, and tyramine is also here. So people can relate what she's talking about to this thing here. So in this case, it helps when your presentation has a lot of difficult words you have those words on these images here. So it could help not only your audience, but also in your story as well.
Compound called tyramine. So, the presence of tyramine in chicken meat acts as a food spoilage indicator. The more
Okay,
the
act as a
tyramine,
food spoilage indicator. If you could find a simpler phrase to convey the same idea, that would be better. That would be better, yeah. Food spoilage, those kind of big words.
the more the tyramine making microorganisms, the more likely the chicken meat is contaminated.
Okay, so that is
The
the one example. If you have a lot of complicated words in your presentation, you can either speak it out slowly, clearly, use the dynamics, pause and use your hand gestures if you're introducing new phrase, new words, for example. And then another thing that will help is if you have that word on the image that accompanies you in here. So I know tyramine, she was talking about tyramine just now, so I can see there's the word here. So that's nice. I can connect what she was talking about to the idea that is displayed on this one here. Okay, so that is another idea that I want to show you also. And perhaps just another comment here. If you can replace this one here, this image with like actual graph, that would be better, I think, rather than this. This is actually meaningless. Or I think if you have something like this, is also fine. Like how chicken, and then you have tyrosine, tyramine, enzyme becomes whatever. Okay, so I think take this one out, this graph, because it's meaningless. It doesn't show anything. And this one, it's too small, I think, to read it. So, but it's a good addition as well, I think. But the picture can be improved. Okay. So any question on this one? Is the speaker here? Did I pick? I think I saw the name just now. Oh yeah. Oh, Salih Sajida. Okay. I hope you don't mind. I pick your video as an example. So I just use your video just to show an example where you have a lot of complicated words, and then you want to speak it out. You want to say the word syllable by syllable, and how to make it clear, how to convey the right ideas, how to not to confuse people. And that's why I picked this one. Yeah. So is there any other here? Arnold, maybe How Min, Nurul Hidayani, S. Jelly Eng, Shakir, Shifa, Yuan Chintan, Zaida, Zuriatul Azira. Are you doing any, like in your presentation, do you have like all these complicated technical jargons? I guess no. Okay. All right. That's okay. But in case you have something like that, you should pace yourself when you want to, uh, uh, give this a presentation. Make sure you don't speak too fast. Make sure you keep all these technical jargons to a minimum, and then opt for simpler phrases rather than complicated jargons. Example just now, food spoilage indicator. I think there's a simpler phrase that can replace that. So think about that one also. All right. But so far, all these three, the three videos I showed just now, so far, I think those are they're all good. They're well prepared. But maybe the slide can be improved. Let's look at the fourth one. Okay, in this fourth one, I want to show one thing is, okay, I'm sorry if you're here, but I'm just using this one, Shakir Shafi'i. I think I saw your name just now. Yeah. Okay. You're here, yeah? All right. So my comment on this one is the poster here is too much. Okay. I think I give my talk last time on how to actually build a good image to accompany you with your 5-minute lecture. Okay. And a good rule of thumb is if I can see and understand your poster here, your slide here within 5 seconds, that's the best. If I spend more than 5 seconds, like 10 seconds, I have to scrutinize, look at, each of these images and stuff like that. People will tend to read your slides rather than listen to what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, you see, if you put like this, and then I won't be here, I won't be listening to you talk. I will just read this. What is this? What are you trying to do? Okay, this is number 1, number 2. Okay, there's a lot of things going on here, and then there's also down here. There's a lot of things going on down there, and in here I can't even read it. So don't put it like this. It will be clearer if you can just put anything and a picture, process, whatever that I can consume within just 5 seconds. Okay. All right. So this is just an example of I want to show you. Okay. I'm sorry, Shaki, I'm just using your video here just to show also that an example of how your wind up could be too long. Sometimes your wind up will be too long, and then we still are not clear what's the hurdle, what's the problem. Okay, so let's hear the introduction first.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ahmad Salahuddin, a student from University Metropolis UNIMEP. COVID-19. What is the COVID-19? COVID-19 stands for the Coronavirus 2019. It starts from China and has been spread all around the world, including our country, Malaysia. It happened at the end of 2019 until right now. To describe how dangerous this virus is, it can affect our human body, such as decrease our body immunity, difficult to breathe, always tired, and the most worst is it can cause death. That is for human. Is there anything else? Yes, it also affected all the sectors in our country, such as economy, social, education, healthcare, industry, and so on. So, the government has introduced Standard Operation Procedure (SOP) toward this COVID-19, and everyone must follow all the rules, such as wear the face mask, social distancing, avoid crowded places.
Okay, so now what I want to talk about is the first 1 minute and probably 20 seconds is talking about other things, COVID, how COVID is dangerous for everything, for including that, this and that. And because of that, we got this and that, COVID can cause this. So mostly everyone know already what COVID is by now. So you can use that advantage to jump straight through to what you're doing. Okay. So in this example, you are doing a management system for school students' attendance. Okay. So what I'm expecting, maybe after a couple of introduction on the standard operating procedures in supermarket, for example, or in public places. What about at schools? Okay. So if you do that kind of wind up, you can go straight to the hurdle. I think your hurdle comes quite late here.
Hand sanitizer. My scope of study in terms of education, specifically for the students at the school, the problem happens when the teacher wants to monitor the student to follow the SOP while enter to the school.
Okay, so that's the hurdle. So it comes quite late. So the reason I want it to be earlier is, you know, it's because you only have 5 minutes. So I want it to be pow, 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 you know, quick, straight to the point, keep people interested in your presentation. So I would suggest for this presentation, I would suggest one, when you're doing the wind up, go straight to the standard operating procedures during COVID-19 and the problem at school. Okay, like you are, I mean, you should understand, like at schools we have hundreds of students, and then we only have probably a few more teachers, and obviously sometimes students are not as disciplined as adults. So how would you maintain the standard operating procedure at schools while maintaining the safety of the students during the pandemic? So you could start doing that, and then you could tell your vision, your project here, your procedures here: control, recognize, detect, scan, process, store, monitor. So you could explain that one here. But in this case, the wind up is too long. The hurdle is also very, like 1 minute 30 seconds. I still don't know what you're trying to do. Okay, so that's my advice for this one. And also another advice while Shaki is here, my advice is you should have the script ready. I think you are improvising, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, and
Yes.
yeah, were you?
Yes.
Okay, don't improvise. Make sure you have it written down. If you can memorize it, memorize it. But if you are improvising, then you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna be searching out for words. It's gonna kacau your flow. So rather, if you're not confident enough, maybe you can have the text in front of you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I think in the previous 3 examples, I think all of them either they memorize or they read it from a text or something. Can I ask Zahida? Was it Zahida and Salis? Yeah. Zahida and
Yeah.
Salis, what did you do? Did you
Yes.
memorize or did you read from the text, or how?
I actually memorized it.
There you go. So you can see the flow is better, right, when you memorize. Salis?
I have like a flow point, but they're just points in
I
front of me.
see. But you still did better though. So
I memorize, then I just make
Yeah.
sure the flow will go point.
Actually, when you go to top level, you got to memorize word by word. 5 minutes is not that long. 5 minutes is you can memorize the whole text. You know Jia Yong, the one who won the 2nd place in the world lecture competition. His presentation was like almost 30 minutes long. Sorry, no. 14 minutes. 14 minutes. Because the limit was 15 minutes. So he had a 14-minute script and he memorized it all. Memorized the whole thing, word by word, how the slides are going. So 14 minutes of script, he memorized it all. That's what we are training, how we are training our speakers. So if you have a script, memorize it, speak it out. If you cannot, then maybe have written it down somewhere, because I could clearly see, like if you're improvising or no matter how good of a speaker you are, I can see whether you're improvising or you are memorizing the script. And it helps you with your diction, also your dynamics when you tell the stories. Okay. So that's what I want to show from this example. I have one more example. This is also another example where I think the speaker is good. Hopefully speaker is here, because then I would be talking behind. Okay, the speaker is very good. But I think she is improvising also. She didn't memorize it. Is Nurul Hidayani here?
Yes, sir.
Oh, ada. Okay. Betul tak saya cakap? Awak tak hafal. Awak improvise.
Betul, saya spontan je.
Jangan spontan je. You are a good speaker, Hidayani. Your pronunciation is very good. But I think if you have the script memorized, or you referring to a text, for example, it could be so much better, so much, lagi flow lah. Okay, so that's one my advice to you.
Hello, Assalamualaikum, and good day to everyone. Today, my topic is about the finite element analysis for temperature distribution in mass concrete. So, as you can see, there's a lot of giant building and massive concrete structure around us. But have you ever heard about the collapse of the building or structure such as bridges, dams, or even a stadium? Or have you ever happened to see one structure, wow, and then you think, oh, this building might collapse someday? Because of what? Because you see there's a cracking at the building and you think it's not safe to be in there.
Okay, so the first minute I could see that I mean you're a good speaker. I mean you convey your points quite well, but it would be better if this is like, if you have like a script so that you could pair it with your gestures better. Okay, and then that's just my comment for this video is just that. I think this is an example where you're a good speaker. When you're a good speaker, you have good pronunciation, but if you don't practice enough, then it might seem that you're not prepared. Okay, this is not I'm not picking this as a bad example, but I'm just showing that a room for improvement. Another one is, I think if you could show this one, and then if you could show a concrete next to it, which is maybe a damaged concrete due to temperature differences, temperature gradient, whatever, that could be better if you compare it side by side. And if you show this, just show this thing here. Just show this. You don't have to show this. Using abacus here. Okay. So yes. So my two main points for the last two videos is you have to have your script ready. Don't improvise too much because it might disrupt your flow. And as you can see from some of the first examples, if you memorize the script, your gestures will come naturally and your storyline will become better. It looks like it's rehearsed, it looks like it's prepared, and everything will just come down nicely. Okay, so this is just my comments on these 5 videos. Sorry if I pick your videos, but I just really want to show the actual examples to you so that you can actually learn something from it. So we got about 10 minutes here. Do you want to show your video here and then ask me to comment on that? Pun boleh juga. You may do that. Or do you have any other questions you want to ask me about how to improve your presentation?
Hello, sir.
Hi.
I am Salis from the video now. So you've commented on me explaining on jargons, but when it comes to like the flow of my script, how was it? Was there something that I could improve better on? Okay,
good. You tend to you did the chicken thing, eh? Chicken.
Yes, the tyramine chicken.
Yes. Okay. I noticed something that you tend to, when there are words, you tend to speak like 2 or 3 words together like one word. You know what I mean?
I know.
Okay, so let me show you an example here. I think I want to show you this example here. The first sentence that you talk about chicken menus.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know
one
thing that bothers me?
When it comes to chicken menus, Malaysia remains unbeatable.
Okay, so sometimes you need to actually separate those words so that it doesn't sound like one word and it's clear. You can say when it comes to chicken menus, Malaysia can be unbeatable.
We have our ayam masak merah, chicken curry, chicken rice, and the list goes on. Let's imagine, right in front of us, The greatest chicken dish you've ever seen.
Okay, macam tu juga. So you can instead of slurring through 2 or 3 words at once, make it clearer. Let's imagine something like that. Chicken dish. Instead of let's imagine and chicken dish. It sounds like one word. If you know what I mean. Can you hear the difference, Salis?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I mean your pronunciation is good, but sometimes we tend to rush through our script, right? So that takes practice. And if I were to coach you, I will coach you on this how to speak out those words so that it sounds clearer. And the reason I picked this video is because you have these weird words here, and then I want to show an example of how you can actually make that clearer to the audience.
Now, imagine the worst. The chicken meat made to prepare that dish.
Okay, like that is also an example. You tend to combine many words together. Let's do this.
The chicken meat made to prepare that dish.
Okay, the chicken meat made to prepare that dish. Instead of chicken meat made to prepare that dish. So made to prepare that dish sounds like one word. So you could say the chicken meat made to prepare that dish. You can see the words one by one. Okay, it's clearer that way, and people will listen to your flow. I mean, you'll flow better that way. All right. So that's just my comment on that one lah. All right, Salis.
All right, thank you very much.
Ada apa lagi for all participants, please prepare. Okay. Anyone else? We got about 5 minutes. If you want to show me your video and want me to give a short comment, you can.
Sir, can you give a short comment regarding on my video?
Shifa, okay. Which one your video? I don't know.
62.
62 here.
Yes.
Okay. Is this you?
I cannot see.
Oh, sorry. Is this you?
No, I'm number 62.
This is 74. How do I know? Wait.
My name is Saranjujulakit,
72.
and I am currently studying at University Tun Hussein on Malaysia.
Number 62.
66. Let me see. 5, 4. 3.
That one. Yes.
This one.
That's 5 minutes and 1 second. No, just now there was like 5 minutes and 1 second.
This one.
Yes.
Okay, let me hear it.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. Hello everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Nur Shifa Jameti Farokan and I'm from IEEEYPMY. As you guys can see, what's on the screen, it's about our final year project. The title is HIT Courseware. To be exact, courseware for Year 5 for Standard 5 students. And for this course.
Okay, let me comment on the picture first. One is, it's too much. I don't know what this is. And I don't know how to relate it with this. I think I've spent about 20 seconds. I still don't understand how it looks like, what you're trying to do. So could you tell me in one sentence what you're trying to show here?
On the right side, actually, it's my courseware. It's my project.
This one is your courseware?
Application. Yeah, my application. And then on the left side is the explanation on regarding on methodology ADDIE. I do explain on the video a bit regarding on the slides.
Okay. In that case, I would just show this. This is your work, right?
Yeah.
This app? Okay. In that case, I will just show this and then probably show a picture of a kid, happy, whatever. But but this one is still, I'm still looking at it. I don't understand really like how it should. So I would say show this. This is your work, right? So show this work and instead of this one, but you could still show picture of kids, and then your introduction. You could put it in more like you could introduce yourself like formally. Like here you are. I know you're trying to be friendly to the audience. But I think in this case, maybe you could try some formal introduction of yourself. So instead of, for those who you don't know me, because I think most of them don't know you. So you could straight away say, my name is Shifa, and then I'm doing some projects on me, whatever. Okay, so let me just
Mainly we focus on science subject topic here. Briefly about this courseware. Should I? I shouldn't. Let me talk to you guys. How does this courseware, like how I think about doing digital courseware for my final year project. So digital courseware has like been exist for long.
All right, so I notice also that you're also improvising, and it sounds like you're telling stories to your buddies instead of presenting it to a professional audience. So if I were to coach you on how to do this again, you're already a good speaker. Have a script, and then instead of frame it like you're talking to a buddy, you know, at a coffee shop, something like that, you could still use that conversational tone, but imagine that the ones that listening to you are your colleagues, for example, your classmates and your teachers. Okay, but I would still, if you like that, if the conversational style is your style, go on with it, but not to put it too much, because sometimes sometimes we have these old judges, they are a bit,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the word, but I think you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
boomers. But yeah, so it might for different audience, it might give a different perception. So if you like the conversational style, do it, but keep in mind that you'll have, like, people of different generation, people different, sometimes the old professors, they don't want to be talked like your friends. Some of them do like that, but I don't mind. But you could do that also. That's how I would improve your talk here. You're already, I think your pronunciation is very good, but have a script to show that you are ready. Okay, and then in terms of gestures, make sure you're wearing something really comfortable, because I don't want you to be adjusting your tudung all the time. Yeah, I can see some examples just now. So those, if I see that you are wearing something nice, you don't have to. If you're comfortable with what you're wearing, I think your presentation is also looks comfortable. And if everything looks comfortable, the marks, the grades, your markah also will be comfortable. Okay, Shifa?
Okay, thank
Shifa, was it your name? Yeah, no, Shifa.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. Okay. Osman, kita nak ambil gambar dah ke? Dah 5-2 minit ni.
Oh, dah habis? Yes.
Okay, before that, I'm sorry, I just have guys, 3 comments is, don't put something that is too much to read, or don't put something that is so that's number 1. Number 2, always have a script ready. The best way to do it is to memorize your script and then present it in front of a camera. Okay, do not improvise, no matter how good you think you are. So memorize your script. And then number 3 is practice your diction, your pronunciation, jargons, technical words, all these technical terms. Always try to record yourself speaking, and don't speak many words at once, because what's important is you want to be clear to your audience. So that's my 3 advice I would give to you based on this 5 or 6 presentations that we see just now. Okay, So good luck to you in your next stage. And yeah, that will be all from me. Was my connection bad, or was it?
That's right. I also hear something lagging.
I'm okay, Osman. Okay. Was it me or was it you? I think I
Not
don't know.
sure.
Okay.
Is it finished? Because I cannot heard some of the conversation.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's done. It's done. It's done. Yep.
Okay, it's done. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much to our coach, Dr. Ahmad Salahuddin Muhammad Harithuddin, for the very good sharing and tips. And hopefully all the participants can benefit from the sharing and improve your presentation skill. As one of the judges for semi-final 5-minute FYP this year, I found there are a lot of good presentation by the participant. And of course, it's very difficult to choose the best 15. After long discussion and re-evaluated by most of the panel, we already come out with our top 15 to move to the final of IEEE 5-minute FYP this year. In contrast, there are still many presentations that have certain weakness. For example, the unsuitable tones, the lack of energy during delivery, no body or hand gestures, and lastly, eye contact. Please make sure you are not reading the text during the final. It is better if you can provide the script and memorize it as suggested by the coach. For the participant, the list of participants that will move to grand final will be emailed today to all of the participants. Please revise your presentation according to the coach. Okay, as a final word from me, congratulations in advance to all the participants that will be moving to final of 5-minute FYP. For those who are not selected, do not sad. Please use all the knowledge that you gain from the Grooming session 1 to 4 to improve your presentation skill for your future events. Okay, before we end our sessions, please turn on the camera because I want to take the photo. Right?
All right, let's go.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, please, all, please open your camera. Okay, ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more time. Freestyle maybe.
Okay. All right.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you and good luck, everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I can see you in the final stage of the competition.
Okay, please prepare well for everyone.
Yes.
All right. Okay, see you again later. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Sir?
Yeah?
Sir, Sir Osman.
Okay.
Yes.
So for the result, will be today, right? For the grand final participant.
Yes, we will email the results tonight, maybe tonight.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Bye.